Oh, it's Friendly.
Hey, Brett, I'm sorry. I had to step outside to call you back. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. I
Okay.
just saw a call from you and wanted to give you a call back.
Okay. And I know you're busy. Listen, when you talked about talking to the judge the other day, did you talk to the judge about the reconsideration, or how did that work? I'm just curious.
No, so what we did was we filed papers, and I can send you a copy of what I filed. I filed a 4-page argument with the judge explaining all the grounds and all the reasons she should change her decision, and sent it directly to Judge Barrett.
Okay, that's what I thought, and you had said you were going to send me a copy of that, and I never got a copy of it. So I'm
sorry about that. I apologize. Between being out sick and just trying to play catch up, I must have slipped through the cracks. So I will send you a scan of that if you'd like.
Okay. That's totally fine. And have you heard anything else about, I think it was a protective order or something with Tyreek Core? Or were you going to try to rework that, or no?
Well, that was going to depend. If we wanted to go back to Judge Rogers and try to change that protective order, that's going to require new grounds. And again, the whole thing with the motorcycle, I thought we're getting close, but we're not quite there yet.
Okay.
So, certainly if he reaches out, if there's any kind of further contact from him or anything, like he comes to the neighbor or anything else like that, please catalog that. Try to, if you can report it, because that can get us to a position where we can go back to Judge Rogers and goes, hey, look, he's the one violating his own protective order, should be dissolved.
I got you.
I think where we were at with what happened previously would not have been enough. And the problem is, of course, when we go to court and try to do little bits and pieces instead of something overwhelming and something that's going to be, sufficient to change the judge's mind, then it doesn't quite get us where we need to go.
I got you. Not a problem. Okay.
One of the problems, of course, Ramon has been facing with this is, and this is not like to say this is fair. I don't think it's fair at all. But the way it's been done with the litigation, where it's been, this piece and that piece and that piece, what they've done is they sort of killed him by death by 1,000 cuts because they say he files too much. They got a judge to agree with that. Mm-hmm. And then as a result of that, there's a chilling effect on anything he wants to file anywhere afterwards. So what that means is, jabs and little, attacks and small things aren't going to work anymore. We need big things.
So we need to go for the knockout.
Well, yeah, I think the only kind of punches we can throw at this point, because it's sort of like you're trying to fight with an arm tied behind your back because of Judge Wellington's order.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
And so we can't change that order. I know it's been tried, but with the leave of court and all the rules, they're making them go through extra hoops other people don't have to. And again, I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's appropriate for how the filings have gone the case, but we all know, and he is happy to tell us anytime we want to hear exactly how Angela Morehouse has influenced this case and everything she's done to try to set up barricades to protect herself. But that's been effective for her. It's not to say it's always going to be effective. It's not to say there's nothing we can do. We have to give up. But what it says is now that we have to be very different with our litigation strategy going forward.
Well, the one thing I'm not going to do, and I'm speaking as Ramon's mother, when it comes to Angela Morehouse, I will not give up. I will not let her walk away with what she has done. I won't. The only reason I quit is if I'm dead. And I mean that. So that's how adamant I am about it. Not to threaten her. I don't threaten people. But she is not going to get away with this.
No,
it is going to come out.
There should be consequences for how she's acted. There should be consequences for how she's manipulated and gamed the system. And she shouldn't be allowed to get away with it. Because, like Ramon said, even if you're not just thinking about his children, if you're thinking in the grander scheme of things, this is not isolated behavior, most likely.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. I'm sure. So nothing else on our niece or anything like that? You haven't heard anything?
No, I haven't heard back from the police to be able to get the video. I can try the duty attorney again to see if we can get somebody who can help coordinate that.
Okay.
Additionally, we still have that outstanding invoice for the costs from last week. Have you had a chance to look at that and see if would there be a payment you can make this week?
I have not looked at it. I promised you $650, and Monday morning when I get up out of my bed, it'll be made because that'll be the first of the month.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. I got to be honest because I've been trying to recuperate from sickness, but I'm gonna send that $650. That's right, isn't it, Brett? Is that it was $650, right?
I sent you $650. That covers all just the costs. It's not the legal fees, which
I know
you can do a further extension on and everything else like that. But
okay,
just in terms of the outlays and the between the process server and the court reporters and everything else. I mean, that's money I'm out of pocket for right now.
Oh, yeah, and I want to make sure you get your money back in your pocket. So if you will send me that email, I'm going to get that money to you first thing Monday.
The link's in there. It should still be working on Monday. And then if you wouldn't mind taking care of that at the beginning of the week, that'd be appreciated.
Okay, now I'm going to do it Monday morning, August 1st.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Brett. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, too.
Bye-bye.